Yo, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video, our last, for a little bit, To Be Hero X video. I mean, this season was phenomenal. Season 1 was just, honestly, very unique, and I think, groundbreaking for the genre, for anime in general. It is absolutely, so we've not really seen an anime like this, and, for this first little taste we've had, it's been pretty awesome. I love the way they set up the first season. Season 2 looks very, very, very exciting. We've dropped multiple videos on these, so we're kind of going to focus more on the last episode, maybe looking into Season 2. But, I mean, for our last episode of a phenomenal fucking season, a season that we discussed kind of being in the conversation for Anime of the Year, for sure. I mean, it has the art style, it's got the story and the plot, it's got uniqueness, it has the hype. I mean, people are eating this up, and rightfully so. And then the insane plot twists. I mean, that's something we came back and talked about each and every week about how these arcs, we're getting such amazing stories out of each of them and meeting all these different heroes. But the way that they're able to bring us in, have these plot twists, and then a phenomenal ending to all these little arcs has been nothing but amazing. How do you think that the last episode fared compared to the rest of the first season?
I thought it was like equally as good. I kind of thought it would be all about Hero X and maybe, how he got to be a hero, but it actually wasn't really that. We learn about his true identity, but we get a lot of lore and like story implications that you basically are kind of left in the dark for like the beginning of, the first, 23 episodes. I felt like it did a really good job as a finale, kind of like tying some points together. Like we get a very established point of like what season 1 was about and what we can expect for season 2. Obviously leading up to the tournament, we knew that, but like now we know kind of all the backstories and how different heroes have interacted. So I thought it did a really good job of like maybe tying up loose ends. But we obviously got plenty time with X. I thought it was really sick. We didn't get into his abilities at all, but I thought it was really good. The combat was really sick. And to kind of echo your point, like I think they did everything right. Yeah. Animation, art, the creativity was top notch, and it's really hard to like give a bunch of like main characters. You have heroes, so they're all pretty important in different ways, and they've all like impacted the story. But they all gave them great backstories, plenty of like development and stuff. I think they did a good job of introducing a lot of really good characters, which I feel like you don't really see in anime anymore. You might get like a decent, 4 or 5 in your main cast, but To Be Hero X did a really good job of making a really deep and lovable cast from pretty much every angle.
Yeah, because like you said, we have so many different characters that we've looked at and had arcs about, and backstories and all this development with them as well. Some of them like nice, like some insane character development throughout the entire season. Like, oh my god! But what I think I kind of want to like say is, I think the Ahu arc, that episode was more like the finale. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to lie, I love this last episode. It was not the episode I expected. It's not some episode like the Ahu arc where it's like, okay, we have one episode where it's a phenomenal episode. It's such an engaging and intriguing story that brings you on this roller coaster with the twists and turns. We're meeting all these amazing characters. We're absolutely loving it. The music is popping, the animation is peak, and then the twist at the end where we're back full circle with Nice. You know what I mean? At the beginning of episode 1. To me, that was the final episode. That's what I thought that this episode would be. You know what I mean? It just really kind of brought things like straight up full circle, right back to the start. It felt so good. And to me, this X episode, which I very much enjoyed, I thought it was amazing. I thought the animation was amazing. I think all the little moments kind of happened, like him kind of like avoiding, getting killed and stuff was like really, really fucking cool. The way that he was explaining and talking at the same time with it, and like the art was just so fucking cool. To me, it was more like a teaser for Season 2. It was like, alright guys, here's kind of like the bridgeway from Season 1 into that Season 2. Because what I thought was really cool is, here's what I've heard, is that this isn't really based off of a manga or anything, right? There's not like an established story that it's just animating or adapting, right? What it is that we kind of got introduced to the characters, and what I heard is that we're going to be able to vote on who we think like our To Be Hero X's. And based off this, like, statistics, based off of our voting, it's going to give us our version of the top 10. Based off of like trust values and stuff like that, based off, again, our hype for each of these characters. Now, that is apparently going to impact Season 2, which is the Heroes Tournament, something that's been dodged this entire season. We're finally having it, because the Heroes Tournament is kind of what makes up the top 10, you know what I mean? So it's going to take our info and input that into Season 2, apparently, so we can kind of decide who's going to have some buffs or not. It allows some, underrated heroes that, don't have as much trust, didn't have as bright of a story as we wanted, to, shoot up and get some strength, but also to kind of nerf some of those maybe over-exaggerated, overhyped characters that we at least think, you know what I mean? So I think that that's awesome, but he kept bringing up, what's his point, right? To defy fate. And he kind of instigated or insinuated that we are fate. So it seems like X is against us, kind of like he's technically the enemy, because he's going to try to go against our wishes and try to win the Heroes Tournament, which I think is absolutely insane. That is, if what everything was fed to me is correct. I could be wrong. Season 2 could be something different. But if that is the case, and X is kind of like defying us, defying fate, I think that is fucking awesome, and I'm all on board. And we talked about that last episode. You can't have X in that top 10 because there's no way he doesn't get voted number 1. Like, there's just no shot.
It's like I like character polls in a lot of like popular manga. Like you already know, JJK. It's Yuji, Megumi. It's Gojo at number 1. Like it's very easy to predict where people will fall. I think this is more tedious. It's not as easy.
It's
but
so
I
hard.
really love your point, dude. It's so hard.
It's so difficult.
I definitely agree with you. I think Hero X and Lin Ling were really overly popular. So like right there is probably like your 1-2 or your 1-3. I don't see anybody beating out X. But I love your point that like his comment on defying fate was basically like saying, vote however the fuck you want. Like, I'm still going to win. Because the tournament is not, we really got no action from the tournament. A couple battles for Queen, like leading up to her loss to X, but he literally snaps and we don't get any more footage of the tournament until, the, I guess, foreshadowing for season 2 or the lead up to season 2. So I thought that was kind of cool and it was well done. It definitely wasn't expected, but like, it really sets the stage for a pretty crazy season 2. Because all the heroes get together and then he snaps and like, unleashes like his real identity as just like a salaryman working for one of the hero agencies.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have like huge implications in a next episode, but unfortunately we'll have to wait till next season. But either way, like I think it'll be fun voting. It'll definitely be harder than it is like fun and exciting because there's a lot of really good characters.
I'll say if we do a video on To Be Hero X before season 2, that is what it's going to be on. Like I am so beyond stoked for season 2. I think it is going to be amazing. Hopefully we kind of get it soon. I mean, it's going to be a project. You gotta think it's the hero tournament. It's going to be a ton of fights. Fight scenes are very difficult to animate, and to animate well, and they've proven that they are going to go the distance for good animation. You know what I mean? So that is going to be awesome. I want to kind of bring up, this went through my head. I don't know if it went through your guys' head. Let me know if we thought the same thing. When it kind of got to the end and he snaps his finger and we're at the Heroes tournament, he's like, all right, buckle up, kid. We're going. Like we're throwing hands. And it's, bringing out, like, all the floors, each section, and it's, introducing everybody. It had a different animation style. And I'm like, this would be sick. Are they doing a 2B Hero X video game? To me, that it kind of leaned on that. Like when they're introducing like the hero sort of at the start of season 2, where X like snapped and they're there. Like first of all, that snap now is like so iconic too. But like it had a different animation style, and it's like showing everybody in a way where it's like these look like video game intros. I'm like, and I thought about it, like 2B Hero, like that 2B Hero X, that'd be an amazing video game. That'd be very fucking cool. Either to play as one of the existing, heroes and fight your way up, especially because there's so many different styles and it's so many abilities. It's so cool. Or can you make your own hero and kind of battle against them? That'd be like so cool. So I don't know if it was like a tease or if it was just, hey, we're just swapping animation styles. We kind of do that this season if you didn't notice, or what. But I'm like, yo, possible video game? I'll try it out. I'm not gonna lie, I'll try it out.
You're cooking with fire right there, brother. Excellent drop. So hopefully that comes to fruition because that would be a lot of fun. I feel like people would eat that up. And I feel like video games do a huge amount of work for something that's like popular or like really gaining traction. Like Kaiju number 8 was obviously pretty huge in Japan. But like if you were an anime watcher, you knew about it. But I think releasing a game like opens up people to be like, oh, let me check that anime out, or like let me check this game out, and then you get into the anime. So I'm here for it. I think that would be sick, and there's a lot you could do with it given like such a broad cast.
I think it'd be cool because it'd be something different. Because like not just Kaiju 8, but Solo Leveling also came out of the video game. Both those video games were gacha games. You know what I mean? And the thing is, gacha anime, they're pretty close, industries. So like if you play gacha games and you know about the Kaiju 8 game and Solo Leveling, and by the way, Solo Leveling was pretty good. Kaiju 8's not until the end of the month for PC, so I have to wait to try that one out. But, like, not half bad games. But if you get something that's not a gacha game, it might be able to, bring people in, introduce people to this, and be like, oh, wow, like, this is a ton of fun. Wait, there's an anime to this? It's like, yeah, and it's actually fire. So I hope that there is a video game, because like I said, too, like, Soul Leveling just dropped one, Kaiju 8 is dropping one. It's becoming very popular, and again, I think this is in an area where it's like, oh, this could be awesome, and bring something different instead of just, oh, it's a gacha game. Like, nah, it's a fighting game, you know what I mean? That'd be dope. But I think that would be a really cool thing. That's kind of what I thought. But at the same time, too, I'm like, they could just be swapping animation styles or art styles because they've done that quite a few times throughout the series.
Dude, so true. I was going to say, like, it's really impressive, regardless of what you think of, like, the 3D style or, like, the use of CGI, like, for a studio to dedicate that much time to, like, 3 different art styles over the course of 24 episodes is, like, really impressive. And I enjoyed it a lot. It kept it fresh. You're not seeing, like, the same frames and stuff. So I feel like it almost keeps your attention a little better. But also, maybe the only anime, that's probably not true, because Demon Slayer was very good. But like, there's there's a few anime that like the previews and like the super grandiose visions they give you in a preview or like pre-season
Yeah.
or pre-movie. I felt like To Be Hero X lived up to that, especially in the last episode. Like top tier animation. They, like you said, everybody kind of got like a video game style intro,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's super super rare. Maybe not this season, but that's recency bias. Like I feel like a lot of animes were really popping off, especially around these like last 2 or 3 weeks, like building up for their finales for the 12
Yeah.
episoders. So like maybe not this month, but yeah, that was a real treat. Like it's easy to like overlook that because we're spoiled with so many good animes, but To Be Hero X killed it and then really like put the cherry on top with that last episode.
Well, like speaking of, staying on topic of this Heroes tournament, the last episode, that last scene, what was up with Two Nices? What's up with OG Nice being there?
Didn't he fucking kill himself in the first episode? Is that the whole point of Lin Ling?
And he looks like a little messed up too. So it's like, is he a zombie? Like,
Face is like cracked out. Like
yeah.
I want to say his psycho diabolical like chairman for his company probably brought him back or like saved him with fear. So I feel like his
Probably.
powers are probably based off fear. And I mean, it's kind of insinuated with like the purple cracks, but yeah,
Well,
dude's giving off major zombie vibes.
here's what I'm saying though, is that like, okay, they're doing a heroes tournament. There's 10, heroes that are in it. I think you have to be in the top 10 to get it. If OG Nice is there, that means To Be Hero X, like X, our boy X. I think we didn't get an actual name for him because X is always the number one person. That's what they're called. We didn't get like an actual, you know what I mean? Like we faced multiple X's
True.
this season. We've known their names. This guy's just X, but it would have been nice to get his name. But that means he wouldn't be in the tournament. That's why I kind of think it's a video game because I mean, like to be fair, we've known both Nices. You know what I mean? Both of them have their like attachment with us. You know what I mean? Like of course, the new Nice got a special place in my heart. Absolutely love that guy. He's a great fucking dude. But like the character development and the roller coaster we went on this trip of OG Nice was insane. You can't not have like some sort of attachment to him or like feelings about him, whether that's good or it's bad. I thought he was the greatest villain of this season. You know what I mean? Not just like To Be Hero X. Like,
Agreed.
when I try to think of like really good villains this year, like he's definitely up there. Like they painted such a great, portrayal for him, which was sick. But like that could be the reason why it's a teaser for a video game because it's like, okay, I can see him not being in season 2. He's dead. We have the new guy. You could bring him back as a zombie, but again, what are you gonna do with X? Then he can't be in the tournament. There's only 10 people. But like for a video game, sure, you can throw in past people. You can probably have old Isol in there too. That's what I'm thinking. Like maybe it is for a video game. That's why you have him there because he would be in the video game. And I assume if you have a video game, you're probably not gonna have X because one, he's stupid OP, and two, again, we don't really know his powers. You know what I mean? So how would you kind of put that into a game? So that's one thing I also noticed. That ending scene though, like again, teasing maybe a video game. Okay, season 2, OG Nice. Like what like a couple of seconds that really took the episode here.
Excellent like fan service because if you've been rocking for 24 episodes, basically through the spring season, through an amazing summer season, like you said, you've got attachment to at least a couple characters,
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple heroes that like had great stories. I love Nice. Nice is like towards the top of my list. I think his story was kind of sad. It was badass. It was kind of fucked up. He's kind of a villain.
Yeah.
It's kind of forced to, but like, yeah, like that roller coaster he takes you on. It's hard not to feel something for him, whether you like him or dislike him. And they did a really good job of that. But like, I feel like that you're exactly right. It sets up for a video game extremely well. Like, they teased a lot of like the next arcs as you were watching it, like week by week. I feel like that would be a pretty good setup to announce a video game. But like you said, probably not until after season 2 or maybe before. But it would be tough because you really don't have too much about Hero X and like his abilities and how they work.
Yeah, I think they did a great job with this last episode. Like, kind of what we've been talking about this whole time. Teased well, it wrapped things up well. We got some cool, like, conspiracy theories being kind of messed with here. Like, it was a solid, like, last episode. Like I said, the Yahoo arc, that last episode, that to me is kind of the true finale. While this one was kind of like a little end cap, little bonus. But I think that To Be Hero X definitely dominated, with season 1. It's definitely a top contender for Anime of the Year this year. It was phenomenal, and it sucks that it's over. It's kind of like the first anime. Well, it's had double season, but it's kind of like the first anime now in this summer season that has been nothing but stacked to end, and it's like it sucks. It sucks. It was quite the ride. I'm not as a little greedy. You know what I mean? I didn't appreciate it the way I should have appreciated it while I was here because goddamn,
Yes.
looking back, it is so good. So I'm excited for season 2. I think that I really hope that it is true where it's like, hey, you get the vote, it's the Heroes Tournament, but like, I guess we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to keep our eyes out and ears out for season 2 announcements, teasers, trailers, whatever it may be. Because I know we're gonna get a lot because the second that shit drops, it's all over YouTube and TikTok.
Yeah, it'll be super exciting, but I also think that's cool. Like, kind of have to pay attention now to whatever like Twitter, Instagram is like
Yeah.
announcing, your anime news or like the company that produces it. Like it's kind of cool. You got to pay attention for it. I definitely think we'll get something before the end of the year in regards to season 2 or more To Be Hero X content. Because like we had mentioned in one of our spring podcasts, like it's going to be tough for them to compete with all these awesome premieres and
Yeah.
like big mangas getting serialized. And it's just such a packed summer season. It was right there shoulder to shoulder with the best animes, Gacha Kuta, One Piece, everything else, Dan, like for it to like build up as a premiere like that,
Mhm.
just amazing. And you're kind of right. We're a little greedy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's mention it probably like once a podcast. Yeah, let's get 24 episodes of this. Like
Dude,
it's
they've
hard
been
not to
listening.
feel that way
They've been
though.
listening though. We got 24 To Be Hero X and Gachakuta and Togedenki. Like we low key eating, but like that's the thing where it's like
Yes.
it's hard to like be appreciative or show your appreciation. Or kind of like wow, I'm a greedy fuck. Because like look at the summer season. Like yeah, To Be Hero X was like shoulder to shoulder with everybody. We had Sakamoto Days, Kaiju 8, Dan, One Piece, Gachakuta. You had so many animes. We were just drowning in anime this season. And To Be Hero X was still a name that was brought up constantly each and every week. So I think that like kind of says a lot to just how good this anime is. I highly recommend you recommend this to your friends that are trying to get into anime or that are looking for something new. That's what I've been doing. I think the more recognition that this gets, the more likely we might be to getting a video game. Because honestly, now since I thought of it, I'm
Come
like,
on.
I low-key want the 2B Hero X video game. But guys, we drop podcast episodes every single week talking about what is currently dropping. We drop previews to new seasons coming up, check-ins of what is out right now that is phenomenal, and sleeper anime.
Can't beat the sleepers. I love doing that.
Dude, the sleepers are absolutely amazing. And with this season, about to be, pretty slow, as we've kind of like taken a peek into it, there's gonna be a lot of sleeper animes that we're gonna be talking about over the next couple months. So we hope you guys enjoy. We hope you guys loved 2B Hero X, and we hope you guys are ready for season 2. Guys, later, and peace.